Barry Goldwater told the story. Politics is like sex. You don't have to be good at it to enjoy it. I had parents who talked about the importance of liberty, parents who worked and talked about, understood the free market and how that functioned. It was a time during the Cold War where the nature of socialism and the costs in terms of blood from the Soviet Union and its various allies were highlighted. So I think I was first sort of somebody who appreciated America, not completely understanding what made America completely different, but certainly understood the nature of the Soviet Union, socialism, communism. Early on, I knew I was political because I was an anti-communist. This is during the Vietnam War. So I took every opportunity to get involved in politics, whether it was joining a local campaign, working with a local state party, going down to Boston to help the Nixon campaign. Whenever there was an opportunity, I knew what it meant to get involved politically. I knew what time commitments were, and it wasn't scary different. I didn't have to think about it. I know how much I can do and what I could do it while I'm at school or while I have a job. Through college, was involved in college Republicans, through some libertarian groups. We had a number of different groups at Harvard, the libertarian group, a conservative group. Then somebody said, there's this job opening, got into Washington, and again, went to every conservative meeting that I could, the Paul Weyrich meeting, met lots of other people. So instead of being in a silo, I was doing many different things. And then when the White House wanted somebody to run a taxpayer group, they asked me to do it, which was sort of out of the blue. But that was an opportunity that I just used and built the structure of Americans for Tax Reform. It was going to fight for the president's bill in 1985 and 1986, the Tax Reform Act of 1986. Would you like to run it? I said, absolutely. That would put me in the middle of one of the more interesting and important fights now. It's a topic that I think is key. And I've always viewed taxes as the central political fight. If you can keep taxes reduced, all of the questions of size of government are kind of pre-answered. If you give it too much money, they'll spend it all and get bigger. If you don't let them have that much money, they'll be smaller. Had Trump lost and the Democrats won the House, Senate, and the presidency, they would have changed labor laws and election laws, so it would have been impossible for the Republicans to get back into power for 30 or 40 years. And I'm not exaggerating. They did that under FDR. They changed labor law. They changed all sorts of rules to make it difficult or impossible for free market conservatism to succeed. We're now past that. They can't step on us. But should they change labor law, election law, put another 27 judges on the Supreme Court so they run everything, that would have literally put the Republican Party, the free market community, the liberty movement out of power for a lifetime or two. So we missed that. What we can do now is put it back, the genie back in the bottle, begin to shrink the size of government step by step, but as quickly as one can politically, but realizing it took 60 years to build Leviathan. It didn't pop up year one. It's not going to be 2 years and done to bring it down under control. Morton Blackwell's been a longtime friend and mentor from when I first came to Washington, D.C. When I would go to all the conservative meetings, Morton was at all of them. Every gathering they had, or the 4th of July or whatever, I wanted to be there to meet other people. And Morton is a great convener of conservative talent and the creator of conservative talent. What he does with Leadership Institute trains hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of young people. And it's so important because I didn't have that when I was in college. But if you take somebody in college and say, here's some political skills, people don't know what they're allowed to do in politics. When I would train people in Eastern Europe, basically we were telling people it's okay to do this because they'd lived in a system that had no real politics, no democratic politics, no free and open politics. And they don't know it was okay. Is that legal? Is that allowed? Can I do that? Can I say that? Yeah. You gave them some information and some tactics and some thoughts, but mostly you gave them permission. You are now free to do this. You have, because they think there must be some secret skill you have to be politically active. And many Americans do. I can't do that. I don't know what that is, but I couldn't do it. Well, if you tell somebody, they go, well, that's pretty easy. I could do that. Right now, you are of tremendous value to the liberty movement, the Republican Party, if you can do these 4 or 5 things competently. And Morton has done that. He has trained people Training 20-year-olds means that for the rest of their lives, whenever they move, they'll look at, where's the Republican Party? What are the conservatives doing here? How can I help? They'll be looking for opportunities. They won't be scared by the invitation to join the local Republican Party. You get what it means to do that. So it's very easy to incorporate in your life. And there's just a part of, I will play tennis, I will feed the kids, I will go to work, and I will do some political work. And it fits into your life because it did earlier on. Once it's there, then you may become a candidate. You don't know. You may just be the person who's always doing something in the campaign and gets their kids to be active in campaigns or spouse or something. And some people, would you help on a campaign? I don't know how to do that. Well, if you've been through one of the Leadership Institute schools, if you've engaged at some level, then when somebody says, can you help me on the campaign? The answer is yes. Because I get what that means. It may mean driving people across town and picking up people at the airport and going door to door. I have a sense of what you're going to be asking me to do, what I'm signing up for.